Welcome to day 2 of Personal Brand Challenge. Today we will learn how to communicate your true essence through content without doing more but being more you. Yesterday you defined your signature essence, what you want to be known for, remembered for, and perceived as. And also yesterday you learned about archetypes. All this information we will bring together into creating of content, stories, posts, videos, your public appearances, maybe podcast appearances, how to put it all together within the same message that speaks clarity, that speaks your essence, and also without any confusion for your audience, because it stays all aligned with you without going back and forth within different archetypes and people feel confused. Choosing an archetype will actually help you to create content without any difficulty. You will know what to say, how to say, what voice to use, what words to use, what forms to use in communication. And also it helps your clients to find you, to connect with you. So the whole process for you and for your client will be so much easier to find each other. Today we talk about content creation, so we will focus on that. But nowadays, social media, we can scroll 24/7. So what it means is your content, it's not a tool, it's not a strategy mostly, it's your presence, it's your extension. It's a part of you that can speak and communicate to your potential clients 24/7. And you have to think about it and remember about that when you create your content. We will go deeper in your workbook, how to do it, how to connect all the information from what you learned yesterday with the information today. Everything will be in your workbook. But today, in this video, I want to emphasize how this challenge is not about how to hack algorithms and all the technicalities of creating content, but it's about your energy, it's about how true you are in your content, how you express yourself, how you communicate, so you can attract the right people. Because yes, we can attract many people, but if it's not your people, you're not going to enjoy the process, and your clients most likely won't get what they need because it just won't be aligned. So this challenge is for you to create your essence, to bring out all the essence and all your energy and put it into the content that speaks exactly you and for the people that you talk to. I hope you chose an archetype yesterday that if you have a second archetype, this is the proportion that you can use. You can choose one and do 80%, and then the second one you can add 20% from the second one to create a mixture of both to make it more interesting and more unique. And that's how usually it works. So use this technique to do 2. Don't use more than 2. You can use 1, but you can add 20% from the second one. No more than that. Yesterday in the workbook, you already described how you look, how you sound. So today, all that from paper is going to go into the content creation. And the way we're going to do it, number one thing that I hope you did describe how your archetype look. But number one thing I always say, we start with the looks, because it is what it is. It doesn't matter if we are online or we are in person. The first thing people see, it's you. It's your face, it's your body, it's how you look. So this is number one thing that we start of how we look. And that includes your hair, your makeup, your clothes, that's number one, but also your body language. And from body language, it's much more difficult to create that look, but in my programs, we go deep into creating the full body language, gestures, facial expressions of each archetypes that you have. So I'm including one of the videos that I explain the 4 archetypes. And actually guess which one is which. I'm sure you can do it by now, but I showed it on example of jewelry because I also do jewelry, but you will see exactly how your body language, your facial expression will be different from different archetypes. hope you guessed which archetype is what body language. And I hope you created a collage yesterday where you put how your brand dresses. Now you have the body language. And I'm gonna give you another great exercise that you can do to develop your visual sense, how to catch, how to train yourself to translate that image that you have in your head into the reality. And this way is you can observe bloggers, celebrities, public figures, how they behave, how they use their body language, how they dress themselves, what kind of language, what kind of words they use. And the way you do it, of course, you're not going to observe everybody because then it's going to be just a mixture of everything and it's going to be super confusing. But you find the one that speaks to your archetype and you start following them and developing that visual sense, sharpening your eye on their style, on their body language, on their hands, gestures, and facial expressions. This is very important, especially when you go into interviews, when you go into podcasts, when some speakers, some interviewers, they can ask you some tricky questions that may be emotional or triggering for you, but you need to keep the face sometimes so you know how to answer, how to keep your face, and how to still communicate within your archetype. I do emphasize a lot about archetypes here because I tremendously changed my own brand using these archetypes. First, and I'm gonna give you a little story about myself. When I started doing my brand when I was 18 years old, because I started working on my career in business and politics and social work and social projects. So I did need a strong personal brand. So people, all these adults would take me seriously. So I use psychology for that. So I create my archetype as a cheerleader. I used red colors, bold language, and it worked for me. I achieved everything I wanted. But then I learned about natural energies, and that's when everything shifted for me. From yes, I did amazing, I achieved everything, but throughout years, I noticed that everything I need to just always put some more effort into that, a little bit more work, a little bit more time. And I got tired of that. And I'm like, there are ways. And I found those ways. So using your natural energy actually helps you to attract and be magnetic to the people that you are aligned with. I discovered my own personal brand naturally with my energies. So I don't know if you guessed yesterday, my main archetype is visionary, and my additional one is muse. A summary on how to use your archetype for your visuals. So number one, it's your style, your hair, your clothes, the colors that you use. You can choose yourself which ones speak to you. If you want to learn your natural ones, you can message me and upgrade this program. But you can right now use as you feel like. The second one is your body language, your facial expressions, and your gestures. That observe bloggers, public speakers, anybody you want, and you feel like they're aligned with the archetype to create and develop your visual sense. And number three is how we communicate. It's your voice, it's your communication style, and it's the words that we use. So the communication styles are also within these four archetypes. And now I will give you one example, the difference between the archetypes. So for example, one archetype would say, go do it. You can do it. Go do it. Guess which one is that? And another one can say, let's create it together. I'm here with you. I'll support you. And you see the difference in the voice and the words that I use. And also, once we start changing the communication style, the body language actually changes as well. So this is kind of, on the one hand, it's kind of easy because our body, our mind is all together and it kind of follows what we're doing. But also, to create the right impression, we do need to know how to use all together. So please let me know how you feel, how you create your archetype. And today is going to be your exercise that is going to go online to the world. Record yourself, make a reel, TikTok, whatever you can. using your archetype with the full body language, the style, the communication style, and also with the messaging. But the messaging, or what type of reel or what type of video to do, you go into your workbook. There are a lot of examples and a lot of information how to speak and what to talk about and how to create those videos, those posts, and how to create the whole social media strategy. So go do your workbook, come back and tag me on your social media when you post, when you create those videos, and let's share with the world.